Have you ever wondered why China and the Philippines are at odds with each other? Well, let's delve into the heart of this geopolitical puzzle. At the crux of their dispute lies the South China Sea, a region that bristles with unresolved territorial claims, escalating tensions, and a potential powder keg for conflict. This vast expanse of water is more than just a body of water. It's a strategic hotspot, a hub of bustling maritime trade, rich fishing grounds, and untapped natural resources. But the promise of prosperity is marred by the shadow of dispute. China and the Philippines, among other nations, are locked in a tug-of-war over these waters, each asserting their sovereignty and rights. China, a global powerhouse, has been flexing its muscles, establishing artificial islands and asserting its dominance in the region. On the other hand, the Philippines, a smaller yet resilient nation, refuses to back down, standing up for its territorial rights. This David versus Goliath showdown has not only strained their bilateral relations but also raised eyebrows in the international community. But why should this matter to the world? Why should we care about a territorial dispute thousands of miles away? Well, as the tensions rise, so does the risk of a potential military clash. And in this interconnected world, a local conflict can quickly snowball into a global crisis. Enter Scott Ritter, a seasoned analyst and a voice of reason in the cacophony of geopolitical debates. Ritter brings a unique perspective to this tense situation, shedding light on the underlying factors and potential consequences of this dispute. But what does he have to say about this, and why should we listen to him? How could this tension possibly trigger World War III, you might ask? Keep watching until the end for the answer. Don't forget to subscribe and like this video. We're just scratching the surface here, and there's a lot more to uncover. So buckle up as we dive deeper into this intricate web of geopolitics, power plays, and potential global ramifications. So who exactly is Scott Ritter, and why should we listen to him? Let's delve into that. Scott Ritter is a former United Nations weapons inspector in Iraq, a role he held from 1991 until his resignation in 1998. His tenure was marked by his stringent approach and his unyielding commitment to uncovering the truth. Not just a seasoned investigator, Ritter is also an accomplished author, penning several books on international relations and global conflicts. His expertise and insights have been shaped by his extensive experience on the international stage and his deep understanding of the mechanics of global politics. Ritter's credibility is further bolstered by his military background. A former intelligence officer for the United States Marine Corps, Ritter has a keen eye for strategy, conflict, and the delicate balance of power that defines international relations. With his insights, we can gain a deeper understanding of the situation. His knowledge and experience provide a unique perspective, making his analysis invaluable in comprehending the complexities of global conflicts. What terrifying truth did Scott Ritter expose about the China-Philippines tension? Let's delve into the mind of this seasoned analyst and see what he has to say. Scott Ritter, known for his astute and often alarming insights into global affairs, has presented a unique perspective on the escalating tensions between China and the Philippines. He suggests that China's aggressive stance is not simply a show of power, but rather a strategic move in a far greater game. According to Ritter, China is asserting its dominance, not just to intimidate the Philippines, but to send a message to the world. This is not just about territorial disputes in the South China Sea. It's about China asserting its place as a global superpower. But what of the Philippines? How does this small island nation fit into this grand geopolitical chess game? Ritter believes that the Philippines' response to China's aggression isn't just about defending its territory, it's about asserting its own sovereignty and standing up to a superpower. He asserts that the Philippines is demonstrating to the world that it won't be pushed around, that it won't bow to the pressure exerted by a larger, more powerful nation. This is a bold move, and one that has the potential to upset the delicate balance of global power dynamics. But Ritter doesn't stop there. He suggests that these tensions between China and the Philippines could potentially lead to a global conflict, a third world war, if not handled with the utmost care. He warns that other nations should not take this situation lightly, as it could have far-reaching implications for the world order. This is a sobering analysis, one that forces us to look beyond the immediate tensions and consider the larger picture. Are we on the brink of a global power shift? And if so, what can be done to prevent a catastrophic conflict? According to Ritter, these tensions aren't just about territorial disputes, there's something more. So what is this something more that Ritter is hinting at? What is the terrifying truth behind the China-Philippines tension? Stay tuned as we continue to explore this complex issue. But what else is at stake here apart from territorial claims? As we delve deeper into the analysis of Scott Ritter, we find that the tension between China and the Philippines isn't just about territory. It's a complex jigsaw puzzle of economic, political, and security implications. Let's start with the economics. The South China Sea is a vital trade route. Around 1/3 of global shipping passes through it every year, carrying goods worth trillions of dollars. It's also rich in natural resources, including fish, oil, and gas. Any conflict in this region could disrupt global trade and cause an economic shockwave felt around the world. Then there's the political dimension. The tension between China and the Philippines is testing the strength of international law and the power of global institutions. How will the United Nations and other international bodies respond? And what about the role of other countries, especially those who have vested interests in the region? Will they choose sides or work towards a peaceful resolution? On the security front, the South China Sea is a strategic military point. It's no secret that the region has been militarized over the years with artificial islands, naval bases, and airfields. This tension could potentially spark a military conflict, and given the strategic importance of the region, it wouldn't be a local issue. The ripple effects could impact the security dynamics of the entire globe. Let's not forget the human element. The lives of millions of people who live in and around the South China Sea are hanging in the balance. Their livelihoods, their safety, their future, all are intertwined with the resolution of this tension. So we see that this isn't just a territorial dispute. It's a chess game of global proportions. Every move, every decision has the potential to shift the balance of power and reshape the world as we know it. The stakes are high, but how high can they get? So what is the terrifying truth behind this tension? Scott Ritter, a man deeply versed in international conflict, has expressed a chilling prediction regarding the escalating tensions between China and the Philippines. He suggests that if left unchecked, this conflict has the potential to escalate into a full-blown world war. Imagine a scenario where countries are forced to take sides, where alliances are tested and global peace hangs by a thread. It's a terrifying thought, but one that we must grapple with. What could trigger such an event? There are several factors at play here. First, there's the territorial dispute over the South China Sea, a strategic waterway with rich resources. This has been a bone of contention for years, and the tensions are only growing. Then there's the issue of regional power dynamics. China, with its growing military might and assertive foreign policy, is seen as a threat by many neighboring countries. The Philippines, on the other hand, has sought support from allies such as the United States to counterbalance China's influence. The third, and perhaps the most unpredictable factor, is the role of international diplomacy. If diplomacy fails to defuse the situation, it could potentially lead to a military confrontation. And in today's interconnected world, a local conflict can quickly snowball into a global catastrophe. The consequences of such an event would be dire. It would not only result in massive loss of lives and destruction, but also disrupt global trade and plunge the world economy into chaos. The tension in the South China Sea is like a ticking time bomb, and as per Scott Ritter's prediction, we're all sitting on it. It's a grim forecast that sends shivers down the spine. But the bigger question remains. This is a grim prediction indeed, but is World War III inevitable? Let's now answer the question we left hanging at the beginning. Can the tension between China and the Philippines de-escalate and lead to a peaceful resolution? According to Scott Ritter's analysis, the answer is yes. It is not only possible, but also crucial. The world has seen enough conflict. It's time for nations to embrace diplomacy and international cooperation to replace confrontation with conversation. The tension between these two nations is not a preordained path to World War III, it is a crossroads. A moment where we, as a global community, can choose dialogue over discord, peace over power plays. So while the situation is indeed tense, World War III isn't a certainty. It's a warning, a call to action for nations to come together for peace. It's a reminder that our collective future hinges on our ability to navigate these challenging waters with wisdom and restraint. Subscribe for more amazing contents. Keep wondering. Don't miss out on future explorations and discoveries. Hit subscribe and ring the bell to stay updated with our new content. Your journey of wonder continues with every video. Stay connected and engaged on social media. Continue the conversation, follow us. Thank you for being a part of the Have You Ever Wondered community. Keep wondering, keep discovering. Until next time.